and sods to cover. Market's gone quite quiet just now as well, which is quite nice. I wanted to touch on the basic concept of informed traders and how you can actually end up becoming almost an informed trader. And I wanted to just show you the basic thought process on this for a second. Because there was an informed trade that you could have been doing yourself, believe it or not. Yes, oh yes, there's an informed trade you could have been doing yourself from yesterday. I want to show you the trade. And I want to show you the obvious idea behind the informed trade. And here it is here. So this is a trade that we've been able to do ourselves. I wanted to just touch on it so you can see what happened. I want you to think about why we were able to take the trade on the books in the first place. I want you to consider the simple basic storyline behind this. This trade has could have made you perhaps 100% your money today. 100% your money. Would that have been useful for doing a little bit of background research? 100%. Would you like to double your account today? Well, let's take a look. Alrighty. Does anybody see any type of a spike in volume on this stock here? Anybody see it? It's not a big spike in stock value, guys, but it's 44,000 shares, $3 a share. $44,000 a share, 44,000 shares at $3 a share. So there's $120,000 invested at that stage in this stock, $120,000. Okay, so that's not bad. And you might look at it and say, yeah, I love it, I love it, I love it. But what the hell is it? Well, it's $3 a share. That's what it is. It's $3 a share. So what else happens? You can see that there was some nice little purchases come in here, 15,000, another 10,000, so that's 25,000 times $3, $75,000 approximately of shares bought just there, $75,000 of shares bought just there. So right, not a bad little buy of shares. You might be saying, yeah, but you're losing a fecking fortune. You've just went down 3% on your 120 grand. Yep, absolutely, we have. And it gets worse than that, guys. It gets worse than that. Another buy of shares right there. See it? Decent volumes, not huge. Another $30,000 worth of shares just purchased at that point. And then, of course, the big volume comes back in again at the close yesterday. Right there. The big volume comes in, 45,000 shares, giving us another $100,000, approximately $100,000 worth of shares at that point, right? So that's a total of 100, 200, $330,000 a share, 330 grand. Not bad little holding, is it? Not a bad little holding of shares. Now, obviously, let's see what happened today, guys. Average price, probably about $2.90. And this is what happened today, guys. This is what happened. $5 this morning. So we took $300,000 worth of shares from an average price of $2.90 up to $5 on that little trade, which is pretty good, right? Now you might be saying, how can this possibly, and what, so what, who cares? Who cares? Well, you should care. Because between $2 and $3 on this share, between $2 and $3 in this share was one of our biggest share winners recently. It was one of our single biggest share winners recently. If you look back at this tweet for ticker symbol KXIN, on the 19th of October, we gave this out on the cats. 19th of October, we gave KXIN out on the cats. Now, if I go back to the 19th of October, one of the things you'll be able to see, if I take you now back to October, one of the things you'll be able, the 19th of October, remember, one of the things you'll be able to see on this one is that on the 19th of October, this is what happened to this stock. We gave this out as a cat stock at $3, and it subsequently rallied to $13 a share. It went from $3 to 13 bucks. We gave out the cat at the open of this candle right here. So your cat's trade was a buy at that price. Right there, your cat's trade was a buy at that price. This was a massive, the second biggest single day rise we've ever had on a cat stock. Single biggest ever day rise in a cat stock. What my interest is, and this is, that this price level is now registered in our records, right? This price level is now stuck in my records. I'm now looking at this and saying, okay, where did that stock come from? Where did that stock originate from for that insider trade? It originated from between $2 and $3. So I've now got that level on my screens as a cat level. Remember, this is going back to the 19th of October. And the 19th of October, we already know that there was a very sizable informed trader between $2 and $3 trading KXIN. Everybody with me so far? So obviously when the price then traded down on KXIN into this area, I'm always alerted to this trade and I start watching for possible trade opportunities going forward. So you can see the stock traded very close to it here and it rallied for nearly 100% return. Nearly 100% return, guys. So I'm always alerted to this stock. Now what happens here? Look. What happens here? Look. See what's happening? We're getting closer and closer. And look at what happens to this. Look at what happens to the spikes in volume. See what's happening to the spikes in volume when we come down into this $3 area, guys? See what happens? Huge spikes in volume. Beginning of the day at $3, right? Huge spikes in volume. As we break $3 and my alert goes off in the back of my mind. The alert goes off in the back of my mind saying, what the hell? We're back at the same price, $3. $3. We've already seen big buyers coming in. Right there at $3.05. My alert goes off at $3 and says, get ready to do some business here. There might be another opportunity to do business here. Total of $300,000 worth of stocks into this bottom edge on 3 or 4 trades. And then boom. We end up at $5 a share again. From the same level as we made over 500%, just over 10 days or 15 days ago, guys. Just over 15 days ago, a 500% gain followed by nearly a 100% gain. Is that not incredible? Just by having an alert set up and watching the volumes coming in on that trade, is that not something that you guys would think to yourself, you know what, that's a cracker. That is an absolute peach of a pear right there. I would hope most people would think that's a great trade opportunity, right? That's the kind of thing that you want to be able to see. Well, all it takes, guys, is setting up an alert for these big cat trades. If you see an alert for a big cat coming into your vicinity of the same place that you had a big cat trade before, then you've got to start thinking, guys. Remember, the reason why we left the big cat level was because there was some big news. It was only 15 days ago. 15 days ago. Does it mean that the stock can't recover off that price? Of course it doesn't mean that. It might well just keep going down. You don't know what's happening, but at least you should know that the trade is setting up so that you can have a look at it and try and see what you're trying to do here. Now, this was obviously a cat from this morning as well because of the breakout gain, but that's not important, is it? This is a cat from this morning, but it was a trade from yesterday during this period because of the fact that we re-entered the cat zone. If you re-enter the cat zone, it turns into a possible play if you watch the volumes. And you've obviously got to see the volumes to see what the hell is happening, right? You've got to see the volumes so you can see what's happening. And then boom, you get this enormous gain at the cash open. And you know that most cats sell off at the cash open. Most cats will do exactly what happened here. So you just take out your trade. If it goes back bullish, you leave it back in. But as soon as it starts selling off, close out the trade and just watch for another opportunity to maybe do some business again. Just because it's now underpriced against even the narrative in the background, Dimitri. Even the narrative in the background is depressed at that stage. The S&P is massively bullish at that point. And obviously as a traditional stock position, we're obviously seeing a big discount on this stock that's already had a couple of enormous breakers. It was only a few weeks ago. It was literally only a few weeks ago. It's not like this is this time last year where the news might have changed, the chief executive officer might have died, there might have been a change of vote. There's could a whole stack of things over a long period of time. But it was only 15 days ago. This stock was trading at 13 bucks 15 days ago. So long as I get that discount price where the informed money came in the last time, and does everybody recognize any signs of any informed money here? Does anybody see any informed money? Look at this type of stock. Look at the informed money pouring in this stock here. Look at all the informed money pouring into this stock. Huge, big surges of volume in a stock that never sees any volume. Look, the volume's crap up to that point. Look, nobody's buying anything. And then this happens, and you think, what the hell is that? A 60-cent stocks just went up to $2.10. Somebody in China knows something, don't they? Somebody in China is making a lot of money. Somebody in China is making a lot of cash because this is a Chinese stock, isn't it? Chinese stock, Cation Holdings. So somebody in China is making a lot of money in here. Somebody in China is making a lot of money in here. $1 up to $3. And then a massive gain on the cats here. And we joined this trade at $3. Remember, I tweeted that one out on the 19th of October before the cash open. Before the cash open, we gave you KXIN. And we made 500% ourselves on that stock. So on the basis that this is an insider stock, this has got a lot of insider dealing. I'm going to start watching for that insider dealing coming back out to play again. Back down, if it ever comes back to about $3 a stock, if it ever trades back at this level, I'm going to be watching for the opportunity to trade. And obviously that's what's happened. We've started to see some insider stock buying coming back in again at $3. Popped the price. That's what alerted me actually, was that volume coming in there. When it broke down through $3, now I'm getting like 2 or 3 alerts. The volume that happened before, and now my price is now alerted at $3. And I'm starting to look at this and saying, you know what? I think this could be quite an interesting trade again. And then sure enough, another big pop stock, guys. And that's the cats. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about today. So we'll just finish at that and then we'll come back.